So a question I get asked a lot by startups and small businesses and just upcoming businesses is saying, when do we need to do branding? Is branding important at the start? Right? So I have some thoughts on this idea and I thought I'd share them with you. Kind of wanted to talk a little bit more about understanding what is it that branding really does and how does it help your business, right? So branding is essentially letting your customers feel a certain way about you, right? They try to understand what your value systems are, what your identity is, what is it that you look like, right? They also kind of understand how you talk and respond to things. Now, in a typical branding exercise, you would be kind of understanding what your customer personas are, how you want to talk to them, what are the key value systems that your brand has, how does it, relate to the customers that you're looking to kind of service or sell to, right? We also understand what is the brand's visual system like, right? What does its logo look like? What are its colors? What are its typography elements, so on and so. Now, it can be expensive in terms of time and money to go through this exercise, but imagine not doing it. And in most cases, a lot of people do, or they do a quick version of it where they have a logo and some colors and they kind of go out. Now, the only difference is that when we put a strategy and really think of our customers, and we're able to then design a brand that is most apt for that customer or is kind of looking to stir a certain emotion with a certain group of audiences, we're able to target them more effectively. So let's say you're a tech startup building an app, wanting to go out and say, hey, you know what, I'm going to spend in branding after I get funding. So let's look at this. That may be a great strategy as a business, but for you, in order to get funding, need to be able to show to investors revenue, number of users, how active are they on your platform, so on and so forth, right? Now, how are you going to essentially achieve this when the customer that sees you also sees that you've put no effort at specifically attracting them? They see that you look like any other generic brand. So is your product's MVP really being tested? Is the data that you're presenting to seed investors or even angel investors actually true? Because with the right branding and with customers feeling a certain emotion with how they look at you, the signups that you'd have, or the leads that you'd have, or the downloads that you have, or the activity that you'd have, just because you're talking to them in a more focused, direct manner, and you're able to really outshine your value systems and positioning. And because you're able to do this, you're able to acquire more customers, hence making it 10 times more attractive for an investor to put in money because the people are already gravitating towards you. So that's really the importance or the difference of going through this time and effort to understand your customers, understand your brand, build it out, versus doing a band-aid method, building a product, and then kind of going out and getting numbers or trying to get a certain set of signups to move or graduate to eventually getting funding. Now, I've taken the case of a tech startup or an app, but this holds true for anyone, right? Whether you're a cake business or you're a fashion design business, until and unless the customer finds a resonance with your brand, they're just not going to want to have that conversation. So that's what you need to be able to do. And another thing I'd like you to really, really keep in note is, just as a small business would invest in equipment, would invest in its staff, would invest in its office, the brand is essentially the only thing that will remain constant. It will remain the same, versus your offices could change, your suppliers could change. In fact, your services and products could change too. But your branding, your voice, and what you stand for, and the change you want to make in the world, that remains the same. So I highly recommend that if you're a small business or a new startup, get your brand right and you will see people kind of, giving that back to you. So stick around for more such videos and let us know what you think about this one in the comments. Subscribe to our channel and we'll see you soon.